Yep. Good morning, everyone. So today, first, I will give a complete overview about what we are going to learn in this session. So in this class, what are the topics we are going to discuss? First, I will give a complete overview of that. Tomorrow, I will share a classroom and community link. You join that. There we will upload all the classroom related contents, whatever we are discussing in class and everything. Okay. So this class is about React 19 version. React 19 is very latest. It became stable just few weeks back. Earlier version is React 18, and now we are, because React 19 is stable, now we are going to learn the latest React. However, uh, in companies they don't implement immediately, so they use older version. So we will, because just weeks back it is stable. So we will learn both concepts. That means in React 18, how they work, and React 19, what is the new thing they added into this. So our class is about dealing with React 19. So I will share course content in the community. You can go through all the course content. So this batch is for all people involved with React, means including individual React.js people also join this. That is the reason here we will have a detailed discussion on React with all the topics required for a real world. That means what a real world experienced developer have to know about React, what concepts are required, everything we are going to learn. It is not like this is for fresher or beginners. This is for both. From a fresher to experience, whatever concepts are required, we are going to learn. Experience means at any level of experience. You want to put 10, 15 years of experience. What topics are required for a React developer? Those all topics we are going to learn in this course. So all questions, every concept we are going to learn. So I will detailedly explain the course content later. So because I will share the course content. Once you go through the course content, if you have any doubts, we can take care about those doubts at the end of session. At the end of session, if you have any doubts, we can talk about it. Okay, right. So we are going to start understanding the concept of React. So for this, what are the prerequisites? You must be familiar with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are basic required. I hope everyone is aware. Everyone is aware of all these topics. You are good with your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? Because this is not for the people who are not aware of any of this. React.js is completely for people who are aware of these three. And actually, when you learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, bootstrap knowledge also very common. You know it, right? If anybody not aware of it, in our YouTube channel of Naresh IT, we have bootstrap related workshop video. You can go through them. Because these days developers for web designing, they need mandatory knowledge of tools like Bootstrap, Tailwind and all. Others I will explain in this class, but these we are not going to learn these here. We are going to use them here. That means in this class, we are not going to teach you any HTML, CSS or any JavaScript. We are going to use. So you must have prior knowledge of this. Actually, JavaScript, some latest and advanced concepts also required. If you are already aware of them, it's very good. If not, While discussing the topic, I will explain them and we will use them. Because many people who learn JavaScript may not be aware of the latest and advanced concepts of JavaScript, which is very much required for React. React Angular technologies require little advanced concepts of JavaScript. If you are already aware of them, it's very good. Otherwise, before discussing the topic, we will discuss those concepts and we will use them in React. Okay. So these are the prerequisites for learning React. So let's start understanding the concepts one by one. And I will explain all the course content and we will discuss about them. Okay. So first concept, first technical point you need to understand is what is React? What is React and what is its purpose? Why we need this React like concept? So if anyone asks you why you are learning React, what is the concept of React? What it is actually? So technically, React is a JavaScript library. It is a JavaScript library used to build UI for web and native applications. This is the official definition of React. So many times people have a confusion like what is the concept of React. Sometimes people who are not aware of this, they call framework, language, but React is not a framework or not a language. React is a JavaScript library. It is a JavaScript library. You know, in computer technologies, we have three important things to understand. In computer technologies, you need to know about language, library, and a framework. These three are important. I hope you people already know about them. You are aware of these concepts. What is the purpose of a language? So language enables communication. Language enables communication between the user and the system. That means the device that you are using, it may be a mobile or a PC or a tab, you communicate with it. And for communication, you need what? You need a language. So language is required for communication. Building everything with language is a tough thing. It will take time. Everything building with a language takes time. So we use library. Library is nothing but, later detail I will tell you. Library is nothing but it is built with ready-made functions, values. We have to just use them. It saves your time. Instead of designing, instead of writing everything, already it is written. You have to just use them. For example, suppose you want to find, in basic level I will explain, you want to find a factorial of a number. Usually you will write one program to find a factorial of number. But what is advantage of library? Already a program is written. You have to just use it. Program is already written. You have to just use it and you have to just pass the value. It will return the factorial. You don't need to write. Library is already built with functions and values. You have to just use them. That means it is little easier to build applications using a library. But one problem is language and library together can build application, but they cannot control the application flow. From where to collect the data, where to display the data, how to interact. Communication, they cannot manage. Library and languages can build application, but they cannot control application flow. To control entire application flow, we need what? Frameworks. That's the reason every software developer needs knowledge of frameworks. You are learning Java. Java people have to learn frameworks like Spring, Hibernate, PHP. .NET people learn frameworks like ASP.NET MVC. PHP learns like Cake PHP Code Igniter. Python people learn frameworks like Django, Flask. Without a framework, you are not a developer for real time. A real time developer must have knowledge of three basic things: languages, libraries, and frameworks. To build real world application, you need these three. So now React is a library. So can I build an application using React? You cannot. You cannot build an application with React. Library cannot build an application. To build an application, you need a combination of a language, library, and framework. All three are required. You cannot build application with only language. You cannot build an application with only library. You need a combination of language, library, and framework. That's mandatory anywhere. If you are Java, .NET, or any UI technologies, backend, frontend, you need to have knowledge of this. So can you build applications using React? Can you build applications using React? No. So then what is the purpose of React is it can build good user interface for applications. You are building a Java application or a .NET application or a PHP, Python, or some Node.js application. For that, you need a good user interface. And to build good user interface, React is good. React helps you. So React cannot build an application. React can build only UI, user interface. So to build application, React can take help of frameworks. React can build application, but it needs support of framework, which is additional. You need to learn additional frameworks if you want to build an application using React. Remember, React is a JavaScript library. We can build UI. So for, not from, so for web and native applications. That means you can build UI for web applications. Native application means mobile native applications. React is a library which is used for both web applications as well as native applications. Can we build a complete application? No, it requires some additional frameworks. So it is very good in building user interface. It is very good in building user interface. So here, so can we build any application using React? If anyone asks you this question, can we build any application using React? Answer, no. So it requires frameworks like, you have some frameworks very popular for React like Next.js, like Remix, like Gatsby. So we need like another one is, so we have these are popular actually. So Next.js, Remix, Gatsby, and so many others are there. These are very popular. Very popular is Next.js actually. So only React is good for building user interfaces. If you want to build application using React, application means front end, back end, everything you want to build, you need support of frameworks. We have frameworks like what? Next.js, Remix, Gatsby, like frameworks. So first we will learn complete React. after that, I will explain you any one of these frameworks. So we will better learn about Next.js framework. By using that framework, we will learn how to build an app. But remember, this is not our topic because it is a separate framework, and learning a framework takes more time also. You need to separately learn one framework. React means only library, but we will have an idea of React with one framework also we will discuss. That is what Next.js. So that you will, by the end of React, you will learn about how to build a complete application using React. Okay. Actually, we have mobile applications also we can build by using Expo. Expo is used for mobile native applications. Mobile native applications we build by using this Expo framework. We have an Expo framework. So React is a library which is used for building interactive UI. So the latest version of React, which is now currently stable, is 19. And in 19, they have added these facilities of web and native UI. Actually, in previous version, they used to say that React is a library for building user interface for web. But now they added one more concept. They say that we are good library for both web as well as native. Native means what? Mobile applications. Actually, you can see here, this is the official react.dev. This is the official website of React. This is the official website of React. And see what is the main point about React. What is React? It is a library for web and native user interface. So they never say that it is for building apps. It is a library for web and native applications. This is actually latest. Latest is 19. Earlier they have old version. Their website of old version is different. Legacy React. Legacy React is their old version. This is legacy. And you see in legacy what they say. It is a JavaScript library for building UI. Now recently they changed the definition like we are a library for building UI for web and native. And they changed this JavaScript library also. Why? Because now React can be used with another language called TypeScript also. Instead of JavaScript, they can use TypeScript. You can use JavaScript and TypeScript. In React, we are going to learn both. We are going to learn React with JavaScript and React with TypeScript. You are not aware of TypeScripts, we will learn TypeScript here. You are already aware of JavaScript, we will use it. And TypeScript, I will teach you in this class. We will learn TypeScript and we will learn how to develop React application using TypeScript. Because in some companies, they ask React with TypeScript. That's the reason latest version have removed this point saying that we are just a library. Earlier, they used to say that we are JavaScript library, but now we can use with JavaScript or TypeScript. We can use two languages. That's the reason now they say that it is just a library. So what are the languages used for React? Another important question, what are the languages used for React? What are the languages used for React? We have two. One is JavaScript, another one TypeScript. We are going to learn both. That means we are going to learn React application by using JavaScript as well as TypeScript. We are going to learn both concepts, right? I hope everyone is clear about these 3 points. Is it clear? So what is React.js? It is a library for building user interface for web and native applications. Can you build a complete application? No, it requires some frameworks. What are popular React frameworks? Next.js, Remix, Gatsby, and Expo. These are very famous React frameworks, right? And what are the languages used for React? JavaScript and TypeScript. We are going to use both of them. We are going to use both. Now, one more important thing is that another important point. So people have a doubt like, so what is difference? Difference between React and Angular. This is one regular doubt comes to learners. What is Angular? What is React? Many times people come and ask which one I should learn. Is it Angular or React? So unfortunately, we don't know who made this choice. But in real time project development, there is no choice. A software developer should learn both Angular and React. We don't know from where people have made a choice because you people come to learn some technologies. Who is your mentor and guide? Who asked you to join a particular course? Some of your senior, some of your relative, some of your friend, they have suggested you. Am I right? Like Java is good, .NET is good, or .NET is not good, Java is good. That means he is your godfather. He will decide your life. You don't know by yourself. He will decide which technology you have to choose, and he will have a perfect point like this technology is good, this technology is not good. But he don't know anything. But he will try to guide you. Due to that, you people misguided. That means you people have a choice like React is better than Angular or Angular is better than React. There is no choice. For a fresher, both are add-ons. As a fresher, you know React, good. You know Angular, good. But as an experienced person, you know only React, not good. You know only Angular, not good. We need both. So there is no choice between Angular and React. We need both Angular as well as React. I will show you one simple point. I will show you. So here, let's say, yeah. So here I will show you, I will take you to Naukri portal, and in this Naukri, let's search for any developer like Java full stack developer or .NET full stack developer. You search for any. When I search for Java developer, you see here Cognizant and is asking for React JS and Angular. It is asking for both. And we don't know how you people made a choice. That means this is not for fresher I am talking about, for experience. Because even an experienced person guides you that you should learn React, it is very trending, or Angular, it is not trending. That's foolish thing. That means any sensible, literate software engineer will not tell you that this technology is bad, this technology is good. Because everybody knows that every technology is not good for every situation. We choose technologies according to the client project requirements. Right? That means you can't build an application with only one specific technology everywhere. It requires a lot of things. Have you seen who is this? Cognizant. Cognizant is asking for Angular and React. Now tell me in your resume if there is React and you haven't mentioned Angular, you are not eligible for this job. You are a Java developer or a .NET developer, you are not eligible for this. Why? Because they need both. Why they need both? Because for some of their projects they use React. For some projects they use Angular. They need both. Once you are selected, they will decide according to your skills where to put you, whether in React or whether in Angular based project, they will decide. And sometimes you may need to work with both. These days, for experienced people, they assign 2 projects, 3 projects. Then you have to work with both. That means it is not a choice of Angular and React. Angular and React both are required these days. You see, I'm just showing only one. You see, this is some HCL company, and you see some specifically mentioned here. You see, Angular and React. Angular and React. So it's not a choice. It is not a choice. You see React and Angular. Everywhere you will see that. Majority. Some specific, like we want only React, we want only Angular. Freshers, everything is good. Add on. That means you have React, okay. You have Angular, okay. Because you are already aware of React and you are a fresher, just they will conduct few sessions and they will train you on Angular. And you are ready for Angular also. If you already learned Angular, they will conduct few sessions on React and say that you can now manage React. So React and Angular are not choices. So a technician, a software engineer in the current generation with experience need knowledge of both, right? So there is no choice actually. Now the question is, what is difference? What is difference between React and Angular? I will tell you clearly one point. See, React is a library. Am I right? Just now we discussed that. And do you know Angular is a framework? Angular is a framework. React is a library and Angular is a framework. Who is bigger? Angular is bigger. Angular is bigger in general. That means, see, you came to learn React. Then as a trainer, I should not say that React is only the technology in the world. This is the best technology. Without learning this, you can't survive. These are all nonsense. You should know facts, right? But important is why you chosen React as a technology. For that, so many reasons are there. So many points are there. I will tell you. Because see, what is difference? React is library and Angular is a framework. So framework is larger usually than a library. Then who will use React and who will use Angular? For example, we have a project. It may be a Java, .NET, PHP, Python, any project. In this project, already you have a backend. That means you have a complete backend. Backend in your Java, JSP, .NET, ASP.NET. They have complete backend. In the backend, they are using, already in the backend, they are using so lot of frameworks. In the backend, already they are using lot of frameworks and their application is enabled with a lot of frameworks. They just need one front end. They just need one front end. And this front end means user interface. This front end, they need very effective, very interactive, effective front end they need. And they don't need a very rich framework again in the front end because already they are using so many frameworks in the back end. Then what is best in the front end? Already they are using some frameworks in the back end. They are already having a complete flow. They just need a very good user interface. Then which one is best? Very good. So that means a React is good. Why React is good? Because already there are frameworks, they are doing it. But important is in the back end, they are not using much frameworks. In the back end, there is a limited framework. That means limited framework use. They want everything in the front end to handle everything in the front end user interface, and control the application flow also in the front end. Then which one is best? Angular is best because Angular is a framework. It supports both front end and back end. That means which project will choose Angular? Which project will choose Angular? For a project where already there is if there is limited framework in the back end and they want a good control in the front end, then they choose which one? Angular. Who will choose React? If already backend so many frameworks are being used, again using a framework is heavy on application. They need good user interface, just a good better user interface. Then which one they will choose? React. So that is the reason when you go to any project, usually for project they have two requirements. The two requirements are nothing but some projects needs already back-end frameworks, some projects needs front-end frameworks. Depending on the project requirement, they select. Do you know how a project is selected? So actually, to select a project to build any application, one concept is there. I will show you a concept here. See, this point understood everyone? Is it clear? So here I will give a simple point, right? Where React is recommended. Where React is recommended. So the answer is if your application in a backend is enabled with lot of frameworks and you want a and you want only a good user interface for application, then it is recommended to use React. So where Angular is used. So if application is using limited backend frameworks and they need both front end and back end enabled with framework to control application flow, then Angular is recommended. These are the two basic things you need to know. So where Angular is used, where React is recommended, these are two important things. I hope you are clear, right? Yeah. Now, actually, everybody should know this point, like how a technology is selected. Sometimes people come and say that Java is good, .NET is good. That's not like that. Because actually, suppose I will give one example. We have a business like some supermarket, and it is a huge chain of supermarket across India. That means across India, it's a very big chain of supermarkets. All over India, hundreds of branches are launched, and they need their entire business to maintain through some software. And suppose they contact companies like some Wipro. Now Wipro have to build one application for supermarket, for that supermarket. Now, which technology they use? Java or .NET or PHP or Python, which technology they use? How they decide the technology is actually in real world, we prepare a table. The table contains as is, to be, and a gap. This is very important. To design any application, first we prepare this table. Every company have to prepare this. As is means, as is nothing but, as is means here, what your technology is capable of. That is as is. To be means what client wants. That is to be. That means what your technology is capable of and what client wants. As is means what your technology capacity. To be means what he wants in his application. Gap means what your technology is having and what client wants, and some concepts which client wants your technology is not having. Those are called as what? Gaps. For example, you are learning some Java or .NET or something, some technology, UI or something. If I ask you, can you write a program to read barcodes? Can you write a program to generate QR codes? If you don't know, then how you will build an app for supermarket? If for Java.NET people, if I ask a question, can you can you write code for generating barcode? And he says no, then how your technology is capable of building an app for supermarket? Because everything is barcode. And you don't know how to write a program to generate a QR code, then how? We need payments through QR code. How? I hope you understood. That means if you ask Java people or .NET or Python or somebody like, do you have any library for QR code? No. Then how your technology is capable of? So every technology has some gaps. Every technology has some gaps. We fill these gaps by using third parties. Gaps are filled by using third parties. For example, Java, .NET, these technologies don't have a library for barcode, QR code. Then we borrow from other third parties and use them. We borrow and use. For example, suppose Java is having 10% gaps. .NET is having 5% gaps. PHP is having 2% gaps. Then our company will decide that, okay, we will go with PHP. Why? Because PHP is having only 2% of gaps and 98% it can fulfill. Only 2% is gap. Then what we do? We use PHP because it can fulfill 98%. Technologies are chosen like this, not like popularity. We don't care about your popularities. That means Java is popular, .NET is popular among you is not the point for us for building applications. That is according to client business requirement. So what technology is suitable for his requirement, that is decided. Wipro people will have .NET people, Java people, Python people. Na? That means Wipro, Infosys, TCS, these companies are having only Java. All technology people are present. Why? Because they need to work for different business, and every business, different technologies are good. It's not like only one. Now, how to fill these gaps? This is important for React and Angular people also. That is the reason we are discussing this. How to fill the gaps? We usually fill the gap by using third party. Third parties, like we have so many third parties. For example, one popular third party is Telerik. Telerik is one third party. I will show you here. See, I will show you a third party Telerik. This is Telerik. You can see this is Telerik. And this Telerik is for all technologies, Java, .NET, PHP and all. See the customers of Telerik. These are customers of Telerik. Who? NASA is customer of Telerik. Microsoft is customer of Telerik. IBM is customer of Telerik. IBM, Microsoft are customers of Telerik. IBM, Microsoft itself, they have so many software products. They can build apps. Am I right? They have genius developers and they are buying software code from these people. They can ask their developers to build, but they don't ask. They say that already somebody is building it, let him build. We will borrow from him and use it. This is not free. We have to buy and use. For example, you know, you are using some mobiles, Realme or so MI or Samsung. Do you know the camera in that mobile belongs to some other company? Am I right? Right? Suppose you are using some Realme mobile or some mobile, the camera belongs to Sony. Am I right? You know this, right? Now will you ask a question like, why Samsung people, you can't build your own camera? You know, cars, Bench, BMW, they use an audio system called Bose. They use an audio system called JBL. Why they can't build their own audio system? Will you ask Bench people, Bench is huge. Can't you build after all audio system? Then they will come up with an answer that already we are busy with our business and we can't involve in every business. Somebody is doing it, let him do. We will borrow from him and we will put it. Every technology is like that. Java is not capable of doing everything. .NET is not capable of doing everything. Python is not capable of doing everything. They 100% need support of third parties. And for which project, how much less third party is required, that is better. Because these third parties, they have to buy. They have to buy and use. For example, I will show you. I will show you some demo. This is demo for, you can see this is demo for .NET, Java, JSP, everything will be there. I will go to demos for Angular or React, some demos I will go. And you see here, they have given lot of barcode, QR code. These codes, they sell. Our developers have to buy and use them. This code and library, they sell. And see how they sell, price is there. Yeah. You see how much it is. They say that per developer $749 per year. And companies will buy them and give to developers. They say that you don't write the code, already they have, just use it. Because software development is not talent show. Software development is business. That means we need to design and give it to the client by the time we commit it. And for that, we will not say that give me 4 days time, my developer will write a code for barcode and he will design and give it to you. Time waste. Already it is designed, just copy and use it. Just modify according to your requirements. That's how real world development happens. So technically, why we have to choose React and Angular in different projects? Because some gaps in React, some gaps in Angular, depending on the requirement. I hope everyone is clear. So what kind of projects use React? The projects which are already having lot of frameworks implemented in the backend and they need just a good user interface. Then better use what? React. You don't need much control of application in the front end. You just need UI. If you want control also in the front end, then better go with what? Angular. And for an experienced person in any software technology, Angular and React are mandatory. It's not a choice. They are mandatory, compulsory. I just showed you Java full stack, .NET full stack, Python full stack. You search in Naukri, you will find both requirements everywhere. That's very important. I hope this is clear, right? Next, another important question is Here, what is difference between React and React JS? Is there any difference between these two? Because actually there is difference between Angular and Angular JS. There is difference between Angular and Angular JS. Angular is different, Angular JS is different. People are confused about this. Angular JS is different, Angular is different. Angular JS is now outdated. We are not using this. Angular is latest. But some companies, old versions, they still need. That means if you are searching for job opportunities and you learnt already Angular, and in the Naukri, in their job requirement, they ask like, we want Angular JS people. You are not eligible for that because Angular JS is different. Angular JS is different, Angular is different. Similarly, people have a doubt like, is there any difference between React JS and React? There is no difference, both are same. There is no difference, both are same. That means React JS and React, both are same. Only the point is earlier, as I showed you, it is only used with JavaScript. Then they used to call it as React JS. But now it is used with both JavaScript and TypeScript. So better we call it as what? React. Earlier we used to call it as React JS. Now it is React enough. That means if anybody asking React JS or React, that means they are asking same. But if anyone is asking Angular JS and Angular, it is different. It is different. So Angular people who learned already Angular, they have this doubt. Is React and React JS different? There is no difference. Huh? Both are same. Both are same. So React JS, React, both are same. So there is no change. So modern name is what? React. Better you say React, right? Modern name is React, but React and React JS both are same. There is no change or difference between them, right? I hope you are clear with all these points, right? Now, next very important concept is why you need these technologies. So why we need technologies like Angular and React. Angular and React. Actually, Angular, React, as I told you, they are used for building user interface for web and native applications. But they started in 2014. They started in 2014. Before 2014, we don't have them. That means in the beginning of internet, till 2014, we don't have these technologies. Then suddenly, why they become popular? Why you need them? Earlier, we were not using them. But we have internet, we have web, we have mobiles. Don't we have mobiles before 2014? Don't we have internet web before 2014? We have. Then suddenly, why these technologies are becoming popular? Why we have to use them? Earlier, what we used to do? What is the necessity of these technologies? Angular and React, what they do? What is special about them? That is very important. Why you need technologies? For that, to answer this question, you need to understand another. So I will leave this question here because the answer you will get with another question answer. What is that is, to answer this question, you need to understand another one. What are the challenges in modern web development? If you can answer this, then you will get a solution for this question. To get the solution why you need Angular and React, first you should know what are the challenges in modern web development. That means, remember, already you learned when web started, web started in early 1990 and it was introduced by Tim Berners-Lee. Am I right? He developed the concept of web. Web started in 1990 and introduced by Tim Berners-Lee. So he started the concept of web. Web is there from early 1990s. We are developing applications from web from 90s itself. After all these technologies, Angular, React came in 2014. 2010, 2014, their revolution started. 2014 onwards, they were at high peak. Now the concept here is, before that, what we were using, suddenly why you need this? What are the challenges in modern web development? If you know the answer for this, then you will understand this. What are the challenges in modern web development? The first important challenge is, we call this as unified user experience. This is the first challenge. Unified user experience. What are the challenges in modern web development? Modern web development means for current generation to build a web application. What are the major points? What are the key challenges here? Let's see. First important is, what is this? First challenge is unified user experience. What is unified user experience is nothing but, for example, I will tell you. Actually, we have YouTube. We are watching YouTube. We are watching this YouTube on a PC, or we are watching this on a laptop. Up to this is fine. But now in the modern generation, this YouTube is watched on devices like tab and mobiles. Am I right? They are watched on tab and mobile like devices. That means 90% of users are using web from their smart devices. Will you agree? Right? That means, do you know earlier cyber points, internet caves are very popular. When we started using internet, we paid per hour 100 rupees. To use internet per hour, we have to pay 100 rupees per hour for internet. After that, 60 rupees, 70 rupees, 80 rupees per hour to use internet. Now you have free, right? 2 GB free per day, 4 GB free per day, right? The point here is, now people are using lot of web on their tabs and mobiles. Now what happens is, YouTube, whatever they design, it is perfectly working on PC and laptop, but it is unable to fit on tab and mobiles. It is unable to fit on tab and mobiles because tab and mobiles have less bandwidth. And these applications are heavy. Then what they have done is, they started optimizing the websites. That means this YouTube is compressed and it is sent to mobile. Optimized and it is sent to mobile, so that mobile people can watch it on mobile. They started optimizing, but optimizing have a problem. Optimizing is nothing but making it compress and fit onto your device. Due to that, some problems are coming. Problems are nothing but, a person who is watching YouTube on mobile, he have a complaint. Complaint is nothing but, on my PC, when I am watching YouTube, one option is there, but when I am watching on mobile, that option is missing, not there. He have a complaint. Then do you know what is their answer? Their answer is, because you are using mobile, this option we cannot provide you for mobile. But these days, we don't want like that. These days, how an application is experienced on a PC, the same experience must be on a mobile. We should not have a complaint like, because mobile, this option will not work. Means the same experience, how you have on PC and laptop, the similar experience you should have everything same on your mobile also. This kind of experience is called as what? This is called as unified. So what is unified experience? Unified experience means an application must have same experience across any device. That means it should not have a complaint like because mobile this option is not available, because tab this option is not available. An application should have same experience everywhere. And designing application like that is not easy. Designing an application to fit everywhere is not easy. It's a very difficult thing. That means one of the major challenge in modern web development is making an application with unified experience. Understood what is unified experience? Unified experience means unified experience is nothing but an application must have same experience across any device. Everywhere, every option should be available. It should not be like for mobile different, for PC different. It should have same experience. That is called unified experience. So what is the concept of unified experience? Unified experience is nothing but application must have same experience across devices. Mobile users must get access to everything. Must get access to everything. And here one more point is there. For example, somebody is opening a fashion store and he want an application for fashion store so that people can watch what products he's having. They can order also online what they want. Then you ask him like, okay, your people will watch it on mobile. Then will you want me to develop a mobile app for you? Then he will say that, no, I don't want a mobile app. I want a web application only, but it should easily fit on mobile. They don't want mobile application. Why? Because mobile application, again, mobile native problems will come. Android apps, iOS apps. They say that, no, I don't want a mobile application. I want a web application, but it should have unified experience. That means even on, on your mobile, you are using YouTube app. Without YouTube app, can you watch YouTube? Yes, you have browsers in your mobile, na? No, you can't watch. In your mobile, you have browser. In that browser, you can open and watch. Earlier, we used to face lot of problem watching in browser because several options not properly available. But now it is exactly in the same way in browser as well as in app. In web, some additional features will be there. I will tell you. Technically, this is called as what? Unified experience. So developing a web application is not important. Developing a web application with good user experience is important. And the unified experience means an application must have same experience across all devices. All devices. That is important. I hope everyone understood. Right. Second important challenge is fluid experience. Fluid user experience. These are the challenges in modern web development. First challenge is I want an application with unified experience. Second challenge is I want fluid experience. What is meant by fluid experience? Fluid experience is nothing but, I will show you. Suppose we open some Google and here we are searching for React.js and you see some results came. And when results came, I scroll down. At the bottom, it shows page number 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I right? Now imagine this page is being watched on a mobile. And how a mobile user can hit that second page button? It's very small. Even today, several websites when you watch on your mobile, sometimes you are unable to touch a button. You zoom and touch. Am I right? That's not good. That's not good. How you ask any user that zoom and touch the button? That means you are having small buttons, small icons. You are unable to touch them, unable to use them. And you are zooming and using them. That's not good. This is not good experience. But observe carefully. See, touching this is difficult because you have to zoom this. Am I right? We have to zoom and touch that. That's not good experience. But observe carefully. Same concept. I will open images. When I open images, millions of images are there, but there is no pages. Observe carefully. When I scroll down, next set of images will be loading. Am I right? Is there any page, next page, previous page? No, everything comes on only one page. You scroll down, only one page. This is called fluid. This experience is called fluid. You know, when you are using Facebook and all Gmail earlier when you scroll down Facebook, at the bottom they say next post, previous post. You know, means I don't know from how many years you may be using, but in the beginning when we used Facebook, scroll down, then it says next post. Then you click, next post will come. But now you can observe, scroll down, continuously it loads. Am I right? Are there any pages? No, everything is in one page. This experience is called as fluid. These days we don't want the experience like pages. Everything should come on one page. User just scroll up and down. This kind of experience is fluid. And developing an application with this type of experience is also not easy. Understood? That means you are Java developer, .NET developer, whatever, it doesn't matter. Finally, the user interface should have good user experience. That means your application should have a unified experience. Your application must have a fluid experience. So what is the meaning of fluid experience? Fluid experience means user stays on one page and gets access to everything from the page. So it is a SPA, we call it as single page application. This type of experience is called single page application. That means everything comes on to only one page. User will stay on only one page. Everything comes on this page. You use Facebook, you use YouTube. These days, everywhere it is single page application. Single page application means everything will be on only one page. In YouTube and everywhere, earlier we used to have like next page, second page, first page, previous page. Now we don't have that. They just scroll up and down. This kind of experience is fluid. And remember, developing an application with fluid experience, unified experience requires a lot of technology. You cannot easily build it. It needs a lot of technology. Suppose you people are learning Java or .NET or any language technology. Do you know in your technologies, if anybody asked you a question like, suppose we have database. In database, 1 million records are there. These 1 million records I need to bring and show in the user interface. And in user interface, 1 million records I need to show. Then all 1 million I will not show. I will put page numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like page numbers we will keep. Now what happens is the first page we are watching. Are second, third, fourth pages loaded? Not loaded. Page numbers are there, but they are not loaded. When you click on second page, only the second page will load. What is this mechanism called as? In your Java, .NET, what this concept is called as? Loading only what is needed for that situation, not loading everything. This is called as lazy loading. We call this mechanism as lazy loading. If you are a OOP learner, object-oriented programming have a concept of lazy loading. There are design patterns. Technically, we have to implement this. And you need to learn how to design this. How do we write in such a way that only what is needed is loaded? Not everything is loaded. An object is created only when it is required. An object is not created every time. This mechanism is lazy loading. Eager loading, lazy loading, these are the points. So technically, we need unified experience, we need fluid experience. Another important point, understood this too? What is unified experience? Unified experience means an application must have same experience across any device. Fluid experience means user must stay on one page and everything should come onto that page. That is called as what? Fluid. Another important is loosely coupled and extensible. Loosely coupled and extensible. Loosely coupled extensible architecture is also very important in modern generation. Loosely coupled and extensible is nothing but it is not easy. It is very tough job. For example, you are using a bank application and after few days, the bank application have to send new updates into your application. Will you install it again? No. You just leave it open for few seconds idle, automatically the new updates are pushed. Am I right? You know, na? You know all this point, right? Suppose you are using Facebook, WhatsApp, and you leave it for idle for few seconds, and it will show that Facebook updated, WhatsApp updated. That means adding a new feature into it. Do you know it's not an easy thing? It's very difficult. For example, you are using one app. In that already two modules are there, module 1 and module 2. Now they have built a separate module outside, module 3. And this module is built outside and later they have to add this into your app. And they don't ask you to reinstall. They will just ask you to leave it idle for a few seconds. They will push this new option. And remember, developing a new feature outside the application and adding into application leads to a lot of catastrophic failures. You know, catastrophic failures means by adding new features, suddenly it fails. Because you built it outside and you are plugging it to this, then it may fail. Without failing, it should work. That's very challenging one. You know, whenever you are installing any updates in your computer, due to updating something, your machine becomes slow sometimes. Am I right? Then you complain to hardware engineer, then he will say that, have you installed any updates recently? That means adding an update may cause some issues to your application. Without causing any issue, it should perfectly work. This is very challenging job. Developing a Java, .NET, PHP full stack application with loosely coupled extensible architecture is not easy, very difficult. In the modern generation, we need to build applications in such a way that they must be loosely coupled. Loosely coupled means you just leave it, a new feature should add, and without failing, it should work. If it fails, then you failed in your process. And these days, you know, we don't even ask to restart the device. Earlier, you know, when you install any software, you have to restart. Now you don't need to restart, just install and open. It is directly available. This kind of architecture is called as what? Loosely coupled. Loosely coupled, what is the point is allows to build new features outside the scope and integrate into application without leading to catastrophic failures. This is very, very important concept. We can build new features outside. and integrate into application without leading to any failures. It should perfectly work even after adding the new feature. After adding new feature, if it is failed, then it is a big issue. These are some important challenges in modern web development. I hope everyone clear. So modern web designing is not like previous. That's the reason, do you know, you are fresher, you are learning all these technologies now. Do you know several people who are already web developers, who know already HTML, CSS, JavaScript, they are working in companies from more than 5-10 years. They are again joining these courses. That means in your batches, React, Angular and all, several people who already worked as web developers for more than 5 years, 10 years, they are again joining the new technologies. They want again to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript again. Why again? Already you worked 5 years for so many projects. Why? Because they are seized with their old techniques, old technologies, which are not enough for modern generation. That's the reason whenever layoff happens, company have to remove people. Whom they will remove? They will remove the people who don't have updated their skills with modern. That means you are not updating yourself with the modern skills, then you will be kicked out. That means are companies removing everybody? No. Why they are choosing you? Because you may be having experience, but not having the latest skills, updated skills. Then no use for company, because now modern generation needs modern technologies and you need to update yourself to the modern. That means even people who know JavaScript, even they know CSS, they don't know several new modern concepts, which are very much required to build modern applications to overcome these kind of challenges, to handle these kind of issues. So these are the challenges in modern web development. Understood the point? Now the question is, what is the solution? What is the solution? I hope you are following all these questions. So answer for these questions makes you clarity in understanding why you are learning React. Understood? Right? So these are the challenges. Then now how to overcome these challenges? To overcome these challenges, better build single page applications and progressive web applications. Web applications. Single page applications, progressive web applications. This is the solution. What is the solution? Better build single page applications. Earlier, our applications are multi-page applications. Home page, about page, contact page, login page, register page, page. Now no more pages. Everything comes onto one page. You will have only one index HTML. But everything will be there. Login will be there, registration will be there, contact will be there. Earlier, login.html, register.html, every page. But now everything comes on to only one page. Everything comes on to one page. Everything happens on one page. So technically, what is the solution? Better build what kind of applications? Single page applications. And what? Progressive. Progressive applications for mobiles. Mobile tab-like devices, we call them as progressive web applications. These are for what? Single page applications. Now the question is, React and Angular are used for that. And progressive web applications. Understood? So if anyone asks, what is the purpose of React and Angular? So in the modern web technologies, they are used for building what kind of applications? Single page applications and progressive web application. Progressive web application. That is very important. And why you need single page and progressive web applications? Because single page and progressive applications will have all these facilities. Understood? Single page applications, progressive applications have unified experience, have fluid experience, have loosely coupled and extensible architecture. They have all these facilities. That's the reason the better one is to build. Now another question is there. To build single page applications, can we use JavaScript and jQuery like? Yes, we can. Then why we are not using them? Why we are going with React and Angular? Can we build single page applications? Can we build single page applications using JavaScript? Yes. Then why we are not using directly JavaScript? What is the problem with JavaScript? Directly JavaScript. Why we are going with JavaScript libraries like React and Angular? That means you need to understand what are the features of React. How React is better than directly using JavaScript. What is difference between JavaScript direct and using React? What are the features of React and how React works? That you need to understand. That we will see in next session. Tomorrow we will do that. I hope you are clear with all these concepts, right? Every day our session starts 7:30 to 9, right? Every day 7:30 to 9 our session will happen. Okay, 7:30 sharply we will start the session. And in tomorrow's session, we are going to learn about what are the features of React. Once we know the features of React, we can start practically working. You are not ready to learn practical until or unless you know all these concepts. So practically we will start in 1-2 session. Before that, you need to know all these concepts. Understood? Right. Then tomorrow we are going to learn what are the features of React and how to use it. Okay. Tomorrow we'll continue. Right. Thank you. Tomorrow I will share the classroom codes and all. Right.